We are here in the Bahamas.
We are going to make it right.
If you became a millionaire, would you keep working? You know?
Great job, brother. It was fun to meet Shelby.
What's going on right now is California's trying to figure out.
Oh, I can.
We are live, and we're just singing some live. Me and Drew, those who don't know, we got Drew on the ones and twos today. Drew was in a band.
Yes.
Drew, you did singing, correct?
Yep.
All right. Lightning crashes. We're having a whole man. Simon Cowell would have signed us. I feel. Yeah. We would have been America's Got Talent. Like we would have been on the Vegas Strip. Now, obviously, that would have devolved very quickly. I'd have to paint myself in chrome, and then. But anyways, we're getting distracted. How are we doing? Today is Tuesday, February 21st. We're starting on time today. Ben is doing his monthly C12, and so he'll be back tomorrow. Don't worry. He knew he couldn't be on time. Oh, it's on time. So it's DZ and Drew. I don't know. Maybe there's some truth to that, Drew.
Yeah.
We're like machines, right? Clockwork.
Yeah.
It's that Paulding County community there.
That's right. You
it's
can't
Team
stop
Alliance.
Can't stop.
Yeah, the double D team. I like that. What do you? I don't know. It's a little sexist. I don't know if I like it.
That might get weird.
It could get weird. It could get weird, especially since we're a nipple channel. So let's just avoid that. All right, it's going to be a great show. We're talking about the Fed. We're talking about Bitcoin. Why is it retracing? Huge Litecoin news. I want to throw out a friend of the channel. Apparently, he doesn't even like Litecoin that much, so maybe I won't. I probably will. We're going to talk about some AI stuff, Conflux, and XRP news. But the most important thing you can do right now to help everybody out, including your bags, is hit that like button. Every like pumps Bitcoin by 1 penny. It is math. It is science. It is official, and it can't happen unless you hit that button. And so the only way to prove me wrong is for you to hit that button and say, DZ went down 0.1%. That's because the other guy didn't hit the like button.
That's right.
So everybody needs to hit that like button. All right, let's get right into the show. We're at 1.45 million subscribers. Make sure you are tuned in. We also have other channels. We got Frankie just passing 40K. BitLab just passing 4. Hit Network. We got that 24-hour around the blockchain. Thanks everybody for subbing. We're at 15. We just we're trying to get those meta money numbers though. Yep. Big news, we might resurrect NFT Alpha, and Taco is going to be the one holding down. What? Me and Justin, we're really busy with Vumio. We're also obviously, we got the cruise coming up with Pluto. We got the junkie stuff going up. In fact, let's get, speaking of around the blockchain, make sure you follow that Instagram as well, 4,015. And I think I've actually just recently hit a pretty big number. Where's the search thing? Let's see here. I always like looking up my name and seeing all the fakes out there. I need to get some more. DZ. Okay, so we have this one. Fake. There's a lot of DZs out there. There's only one official DZ, and that is the one you're looking at right here, right now. And yeah, we just passed 5,000 followers. Thank you, you guys. I need to get more photos of me and Kat. I need to get some cat photos out there. I got her on the stories. Need to put her on the main page. She deserves it. All right, moving on to the Twitter here. We have 40,000 followers. It's just milestones, man. Milestones left and right. Make sure you follow my Twitter. I'm always putting out really, really good stuff. Here is a recent interview I did with Money Rich behind the JPEG DZ. Strip clubs, sales. Whoa, you get to hear about my dark past. It's not a dark past. I was an accountant for, I didn't work like inside of a club, but it sounds more exciting than it really is. And also this stupid ad, I swear, you know what? I actually had to hide this ad. I got tired of seeing, as a mouse owner, you'll never, shut up. I hate this game. Junkies, we love the junkies here. And here's, why does the U.S. government, we putting out really good videos. So shout out to the BitSquad editing team. Important to say, we have a Vumio Spaces. I'm going to be hosting. Taco's going to be on there. Vumio, if you want to join Vumio NFT on Twitter, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be going over some of the news. Hey, there's our little mascot. It is in our office there. Pluto Alliance, we got the cruise coming up. Really excited. If you don't know about Pluto's utility, it's a newsletter. So we got a newsletter. I think it's $100 value. Is that correct?
I think so.
Every month. Every month. $1,200 in value every year. And so you want to get in on that pretty cheaply. You have a chance there. And if you want to learn about the junkies, you can see it on my Twitter. I'm trying to be careful, everybody, here, because we did an airdrop. We announced it. Everyone got mad. But so we have to do the things and then say it, just like the newsletter. We just dropped it on you. We dropped it on your head. You're like, hey, this newsletter came from nowhere.
Yeah.
If we say it ahead of time before the, like if the newsletter's coming out on the 31st, but we tell you on the 20th, all those sales for those 10 days is like us selling securities. Maybe. Lawyers were like, look, just don't do it. So the junkies, hey, maybe something cool is going to happen too. I can't get into the specifics, but you know, maybe April 1st, first week of April, something cool, just hit some wallets. Probably nothing. Probably worth nothing. Probably. All right. Moving on here though. Make sure you check out the book. Make sure you check out the merch. We have the I Heart NFTs, and maybe someone in the office, get Hudson. We need to ask Hudson how many we have left out of the 50. I don't know how many are left. All right, let's get into the coin market cap. And then don't worry, Frankie Cavs is going to be coming on. He's going to tell you where the markets are heading exactly to the dollar and the penny with Bitcoin. Exactly. I can't wait to learn that.
Yeah.
All right. The market cap is creeping up. We are at 1.1, baby. I'm loving what I'm seeing. 24-hour volume, 26% past 50 billion. We like to just make sure we don't get below that 50 billion range there. Bitcoin dominance still struggling with 42.5% now, just 42.6, not really making any waves. It looks like it stole that 0.1 from Ethereum. Ethereum coming in at 18.4. Gas, a little bit pricey here, 44 gwei. It's like you ate expensive beans there, so it's a little bit more expensive than usual. Let's look at some of the prices here. Bitcoin coming in $24,364, down a little bit less than 2% on the 24-hour, but still up on the weekly 11%, so still looking somewhat good. Ethereum holding strong, above 16, in the healthy range, 1663, even though it's down 2% on the day. BNB down 1%. XRP a little bit higher, and Cardano a little bit higher with over 3% loss there, but still 3% gains for the week. Polygon shaking off all the haters, coming in at 13% on the week. Polkadot also shrugging off all the hate, all the FUD. Might need to look at my Polkadot bag. I got a little Polkadot. Almost lost it all to Celsius. I'm glad I didn't transfer it. Solana coming in down 4%. Let's look at some of these top gainers, top losers. And if you hit that like button, when we go to the top gainers, it's going to be your entire portfolio, everybody. The only way it happens, though, is if you hit the like button. Where are we at on the likes?
We're at 470. And the market started pumping right as we started hitting 2,000 likes.
Say that last sentence again.
So we're at 472 likes right now. And once we started hitting 2K likes, the market started pumping again.
Oh! What?
Yeah.
So it is true. If you hit the like button, it goes up a penny.
Yeah.
Guys, you got to hit that like button. Hit that like button. All right, let's look at the top gainers. 50%? Is this right? Is this right? We have Anchor. It was actually 50-0. Oh, look at that. That is very strange looking. Coming up, a huge, huge pump for Anchor, getting into the top 100 now, coming in at 91. We have, haven't heard of this one, Bone Shiba Swap up 12%, 50% on the week there. Maybe be a little bit careful. Singularity coming in 7% gain, looking pretty good. Almost mad I didn't buy some of that on MinSwap when I had a chance. 1 inch coming in 10%, just coming up 10 inches there. Clayton, Zilliqa, Gate, Trust Wallet. Then we have Conflux up 10%. We're going to be talking about that one. Crow up a little bit, but now it's time to look at the losers, okay? And I don't want your bag to be in here, but someone's bag is going to be in here. Yeah. And the odds are it's yours. So let's stay tuned and look. All right. No, it's not going to be yours. We have HT coming in, a Hubie token down 10%. Sand also down 6%, but, up 10% on the week. So maybe just paring back some of the gains there. We have Loopring, Lido DAO, Near coming in at 250. What are your thoughts on Near, Drew?
I'm not messing with it. I'm already buying some HBAR, and
okay.
Yeah, I'm not. My
is
hair's
it
not
because you have L1 exposure, you don't need to add to it, or is it because it's centralized?
It's not about the centralization. I just don't think that it's going to have the same fundamentals as like HBAR, probably Quant. So, and I can't spread out too thin. You know what I mean? That's a mistake that I made in past cycles, being spread too thin. So I'm
like butter over too much bread.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a Baggins reference for the people there. All right, we do have the Calfmeister himself, and guys, I'm trying to get a little campaign going, and I'm going to take all the blame, and I'm doing this for Tony. Tony, I'm doing this for you. We need to get Tony on that cruise. BitSquad, let's get a little campaign going. Maybe we can get Tony. Tony, he had to pay for a move, and he just came from California. And guess what, guys? California drained him. He doesn't even have any crypto. He's poor. And so we're trying to get Tony on the cruise. Frankie is going to be on the Galactic cruise, the BitBoy cruise. Deezy's going to be on the cruise. I want to see Tony. Cat's going to be on the cruise. Everyone's going to be on the cruise. But all right, Candle Mafia, that's enough. All right, come on. Wait. The exact price to the penny is what I heard. Is that true? No.
Well, hey, guys.
Maybe.
Let's get Tony D on that cruise. I know the Candle Mafia would like to meet him. It's going to be fun. I'm super pumped about that. We actually talked to Tom Crown on my live stream last night, and he said he might come, which would be a blast. But yeah, guys, got some interesting stuff to look at here on the charts. As you guys know, yesterday we were looking at some bearish signals that we were looking at. Obviously, the daily was setting up for a potential pretty severe bearish divergence. That has not printed just yet, but we did get the 4-hour bear dip that we were looking at as we are starting to get a little bit of a move down here. So we're going to take a look at some key levels, and we're going to just kind of break down the price action, let you guys know where I'm expecting price to go in the short term. And I'll give you a little hint. Has something to do with volume profiles. But taking a look here at the charts, I do just want to kind of point out, guys, I think, first of all, actually, I think it was on the Kraken chart. I do, just for anybody out there that's curious, it is a good idea to kind of, especially if you're using indicators. I know some people just trade price action. That's totally fine. When you're trading, you have to find out what works for you. But if you're someone like myself that does use a bunch of different indicators, it is worth it to hop around different exchanges, because sometimes you can get some different signals on different indicators between different exchanges. But I think it was actually on, what was it on? Kraken, I believe. We were getting a whole lot of bearish divergences, guys, on the BitLab market, not market, I always want to say BitLab market intelligence, but on the BitLab trading suite here on the hidden volume here on the 2-hour, guys, as we were creeping up here. I guess it's not, I think maybe my settings are a little bit off on this. But yeah, the settings are a little bit different. But yeah, we were getting a whole lot of bearish divergences on this hidden volume indicator with, in the BitLab trading suite, which was indicating that we could potentially get a little bit of a dip. Now, it's not a crazy dump or anything, right? And we're going to break down those levels again and why we were expecting to actually get this exact move down. But you can see then you got a bunch of, 4 bearish divergences. You got a MACD, histogram, RSI, and stochastic bearish divergence here, indicating that we would get this little move down. But I do just kind of want to break down the levels that we were looking at yesterday, guys, because if you were looking at the volume profile, I just kind of want to break down, the multiple things we were looking at, right? So as you guys know, yesterday on the live stream, we were talking about if we rejected this value area high up here at about $24,996, we'll call it 25K. We were expecting if we were going to get a rejection here, obviously the next stop for price would likely be the point of control. And if we broke below that point of control, we would likely come down to visit our value area low. And, anyone who watches my channel, you will be very familiar with the volume profiles. And it's just, time and time again, nothing's 100%, but, these volume profiles really are like a cheat sheet into the markets, right? It'll let you know, right? If you cannot get above that value area high, it's very likely that you'll eventually make your way down to the value area low. And right now, this value area low is coming in at about $24,177. You can see we are getting a little bit of a bounce off of this local golden pocket. The local golden pocket is pulled from this low, I believe. Yeah, this low up to this wick, the top of this wick right here. So we are getting a little bit of a bounce here. But as long as we remain underneath that point of control, we will, more often than not, you will see price come down to that value area low. So this is basically how we're able to see this stuff. And like I said, nothing's 100%. We could have broke up above here. Things were looking kind of bullish last night, to be honest, in the short term. So, we were being very careful about a breakout of this level. But by using the volume profile, if you can't get above the value area high, if you don't get that breakout, you are likely going to reject back down to your value area low. So we'll have to see. That will be the next level of major support. You do have a little bit of confluence. You have your value area low, almost in perfect confluence with your 786 fib level here. So we'll see if we can get price to push through this a little bit and tap that 786. But again, a lot of times, guys, price likes to, on a little retracement, price does like to come down to these local golden pockets, find some support before continuing higher. So, I always get people asking me, how do you get in, how do you get into a trade if you miss the initial move, right? How do you get into a trade on an uptrend if you're talking about a long? And this is a really good way, if you pull your local fibs or your local golden pockets, and then again, likely price will pull down to those local golden pockets. If you get bullish confirmations at that level, that is likely where you will see a continuation to the upside. So maybe we see something like that. We come down, we front run that value area low a little bit. But again, until we cross that POC to the upside, I am expecting price to potentially come down to the value area low. And then again, yesterday we were looking at this bearish divergence on the 4-hour. You have your high, your lower high on your oscillator, and then you have your even just from just from these waves down here, and then you have your higher highs on price. Got this nice little wick up here, and put in that bear div on the 4-hour, and boom, we get a move down. On top of that, we did confirm a bear div into the value area high on the 1-hour time frame. Again, money flow coming out on the 1-hour, crossing over into the red. More of a bearish signal, in my opinion. 2-hour money flow also coming out pretty smoothly. This is all stuff that we were looking at yesterday, expecting that move to the downside. Again, if we can't hold this value area low, that is where I would expect a bigger move down. But as of right now, I'm just continuing to trade the range. So if we come down to that value area low with bullish confirmations, I'm looking for a bounce up to the value area high. And then
what is that exact price number on that low again?
The price is $24,177. And again, you do have that confluence of the 786. So again, if we come down there with bullish confirmations, that's where I'll look to long to the value area high. And then eventually when price breaks out of this range to the upside or the downside, we will likely be in a position. So right now I am in a short from the value area high, riding it all the way down, looking to take profits again here at the value area low. If we break below that, this may turn into a home run trade. And then just on the bullish end here, guys, because there is definitely a bullish case. I know a lot of people are looking at this, ascending triangle kind of forming here. This is definitely, more of a bullish pattern. These break up more than they break down. So this is definitely in play and something I'm being very careful about, because if you guys watched my live stream last night, we were kind of talking about how this is kind of make or break for Bitcoin, right? We're definitely getting bearish signs, bearish divergences, money flow coming out, typically ends in a move down. However, if we can stay within this ascending triangle and continue to squeeze to the apex of this pattern, and we can break this value area high and flip it to support, this is where we see a big fall off in volume. I'm going to go ahead and turn our TA off here, and I'm going to go ahead and pull up the VPVR. And you guys know we talk about this all the time. Right above us here, we do have a massive low volume gap, so we are tapping on the door. So we don't have to push much higher to break into this massive gap and potentially get a quick rip up to 30K. We've been talking about this a whole lot on the channel, so I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but just want to hammer home that we are at a key level. The bearish signs are there, but if we do happen to get a push through with this bullish pattern, you're kind of getting mixed signals here. So you just want to be very, very careful. I will say the indicators are pointing to the downside, but on the bullish end, you do have the ascending triangle, which is a bullish pattern. And on top of that, on the indicators here, we are getting a green dot on the 4-day. So again, a little bit of mixed signals here. But again, if you're looking at stuff like the volume profile, again, like the way I handle this stuff, guys, is I'm just treating this as a sideways range, and I'm just minding my own business, long in the lows, shorting the highs, and then when price either breaks up or down, I am likely going to be in a position from the opposite end of the range, ending up being in a very, very, getting a very good entry point into, for that next either big move up or big move down. So money flow coming out, bear div starting to confirm. We also have an 8-hour bearish divergence printing right now, or it actually does look like that did confirm. So the bearish signs are there. To confirm that these bearish signs are going to give us a big move down, I would look at the invalidation of the ascending triangle, which would be a break. Basically, if we break that value area low, would probably, indicate that we're likely going to get another move down. And then just real quick, before I throw it back to DZ, I do just want to pull up this other chart real quick, and that's on the SPY. I do just kind of want to touch on this because we were looking at this a while ago. It's been, probably a week or two since we've looked at the DXY, the SPY, sorry. But you guys can see if you zoom out here a little bit to the higher time frames and we turn on our TA. I know it's a little bit messy here, but you can see we were talking about this being pretty bullish, right? We had all these lower highs, and then finally we broke this structure to the upside. And what we were looking for, again, quite a while ago, was a potential rejection of that local golden pocket. These lines, we drew these lines on this live stream, I believe. We were looking for that rejection here at that local golden pocket and a potential move back down to bullishly retest the breakout of this downtrend, which is likely, oftentimes price will do that. It will break out, come down to bullish retest before getting another move up to make a higher high. But, a reason why I'm focused on this level so much is not only would it be that bullish retest of the downtrend, but you also have the point of control that you have right here of this local little price action area or range of price action that we have right here. It does come down in perfect confluence with that point of control. So it would make for a very strong level. So if the SPY can get down there, maybe we see a little bit of a correction on the SPY as well as Bitcoin until we get to this level. And then maybe we get a strong bounce off of that point of control before getting another big leg up on, both the traditional markets and Bitcoin. So I just wanted to touch on that because, it takes time for price action to develop. And we drew those lines a very long time ago. So I just wanted to say, we are getting that move down. So that is going to be a key level to watch. And you could keep an eye on the SPY chart to kind of give you clues into what is going to happen in crypto. And with all that being said, guys, I think that's all I got for today. Watch those key levels, watch those volume profiles. Back to DZ, get Tony on the cruise. Bing bong.
We got to make it happen. We got to make it happen. Yeah. Every like equals one rub of Tony's calf. And then you got to graduate. He'll pass you on to Frankie if you pass the test. All right, and then Fowler, ask your question one more time. I'll try to answer it. I'll try to keep an eye out on it. There's a lot of things scrolling by, so if we miss it, we apologize. He said he asked the question a lot, so I'm looking out for you, Fowler. I'm looking out. All right, let's talk about a little Polygon action here. Polygon cuts with the Z. Hold up. Why we go with the Z over an S here? Is this like us being edgy? Was that you or Johnny? Who did it?
It was Johnny.
It was Johnny.
Yeah.
Johnny. Where's Johnny?
I would have
Johnny
agreed.
At lunch.
I would have agreed with it. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. What are we? A hair cutting salon in a rural town? We're like, cuts with a Z. It's good now.
I'm from Paulding County. Look at the shirt I'm wearing. Look at the hat.
You know what? That is a Paulding County move. Spell cuts with a Z. All right. Anyways, let's talk. All right. Speaking of cutting, we need to cut that whole segment, but this is live, so we can't. And I appreciate you watching as we just meander and ramble and just kind of pull things out of the where the sun don't shine. DZ right. In the heezy. Bong. Oh, that's bing bong. I was like, well, that's just a weird thing to type with exclamation points. Joint. All right. If Ben's on the thumbnail, he's not on the show. That's funny. Love it. Love it. Give us, and Fowler, if I buy Pluto Alliance off of OpenSea, will I get the newsletter for free? You have to stake it. So yeah, make sure it's the V1. Get the V1, not the V2. And then you can go to PlutoAlliance.com and there's a YouTube channel. And so Taco's put out some pretty good YouTube info on it. And you can check out the Discord as well. All right, I don't know if that was Biden falling down the stairs. I feel like the people's reaction nearby suggested it wasn't Biden, right? Thoughts on that?
Someone had a cell phone out, so we're going to find out soon. That was definitely Air Force One, though. So,
yeah, someone, all right, Air Force One landed in Germany, and then someone fell down the steps, but it's like far away. It's hard to tell who it was, and it was a tumble. It wasn't like a, tumble. 3 steps, you fall on your butt. It was a roll.
Yeah, it looked dangerous.
So I don't even know if it was him. He would have looked like a puddle of chicken bones. You know what I mean?
I hope it wasn't him. I really hope that wasn't our president, because that looked like it hurt. So
yeah, it looked pretty painful. They need a DZ rant. All right, well, we'll see where these stories take us, because it has to be all natural, like my hairline. All right, all natural. All right, Polygon. I'm gonna get tattooed here. People kept typing that, like especially in the basement. Hey, you should really look into tattooing your hair. I'm not gonna do it. I mean, all right, I gotta shave it, like because top D. You know what I mean? All right, Polygon reduces headcount by 20% as consolidation ramps up. He finally read it. All right, Ethereum scaling entity Polygon Labs has reduced about 100 jobs. They just shared today. And the platform shared the statement from them described the cut as a painfully hard decision, hailing the outgoing team member as a historic part of the company's journey. So, 100 people, I think it's bullish that they still have 800 employees personally. I didn't know they had 1,000 people. That's a lot.
Yeah. And they spent a lot of money on partnerships. And
best biz dev in crypto. I think that's generally accepted. Anyone that kind of follows those things, no one is beating their biz dev team.
Yeah, I mean, I just saw a lot of spending on those developments, and they made those partnerships happen with the biggest brands out there. So yeah, it sucks for the people fired.
What's one of the biggest brands IP wise to you?
I mean, I'd say Disney is right up there.
Disney's good. What's another one besides Disney?
Meta. is another big one.
Yeah, I think more like I'm thinking more like a Pokemon, like Disney, like a Star Wars. If you want Pokemon Go to have crypto, it's probably going to be Polygon.
Yeah.
If you want, you know, a Star Wars, you know, every time I do this, my lightsaber gets a little better.
Right.
It's probably going to be Polygon.
Those built-in brands are
What
where
hair?
I see. Yeah. People love the no hair. I just see the built-in brands as kind of the easy on-ramp.
You hear that? You hear that? You hear that?
Oh man, I can hear
It's
the squeak from here. But yeah, it's a good move by them. You know, there's a lot of people that are like, oh, how could you be laying off people? But they spend a lot of money on the partnerships. They're laying the groundwork for the future. So, you know, I mean, I hope Polygon. I think it's a good project.
There's that recent tech company that had a Super Bowl ad, and it was like 4 days after they had a riff, or they fired, you know, let's just say 20% of the workforce. What do you feel about that? You know, Polygon obviously has money. They didn't need to fire those people.
Yeah.
As far as like, you know, our treasury will get drained.
It's trimming the fat on optimization, you know, and I think that we're going to see more and more of it as we see AI being implemented into different systems. You know, you got a lot of people that are maybe not the greatest employees ever, but they show up and stuff. But then, you know, if you have AI able to pump out what they can do all the time, like, I mean, as a business owner, what are you supposed to do? You know what I mean?
The best one was Vin Diesel. Spelled D's. All right, that was good. That was good.
Family.
That was
Corona. Quarter mile at a time. That's how I live my life.
Actually, I live my life one gas fee at a time and one rug pull away from insolvency. All right, Polygon mainnet beta coming in March. You know, we've talked about this. Is there going to be a buy the rumor, sell the news event? We don't know exactly. It's hard to predict these things, but March 27th, expect a lot of activity with Polygon as far as volume, but maybe, you know, the bulls and the bears equal each other out. Maybe one of them just, you know, runs away with it. But leading up to the 27th, there's going to be a lot of activity with the Polygon network as that rolls out. But with 800 employees, I don't see the launch being a failure. You know, I tend to think that it's going to be pretty successful. I tend to think that Starbucks does their due diligence, and all these other brands that are talking to Polygon on a long-term basis. If they didn't have a smart tech guy at Starbucks, you know, they had a consultant and they said, you know, all right, we really want you to peek under this hood. Are we going to have egg on our face like a Solana project, you know, where, yeah, you know, you have a line 37 people deep at the Starbucks and it's like, oh, the main net's down and no one could, you know, use their,
That's the thing.
I wanted to get a free coffee. I waited in line for 40 minutes. You're telling me I have to spend $8?
Yes, they want fast transactions. They need to match what the public's demands are. You know, people aren't going to wait around for Solana's machine to come back online when they're trying to get their gifts or whatever from, you know, purchasing Starbucks or going to Disney. Layer 2s are going to be a huge talking point in this next bull run, and Polygon's, I mean, nothing's dethroned it yet.
400, not 800. I'm bad at math. All right, Polygon's ecosystem registers growth, but these metrics sound a bearish alarm. It sounds like, despite the competitive landscape of the layer 2 sector, they managed to perform well. According to Artemis, their ecosystem's been thriving. Interestingly, it outperformed L2s like Optimism and Arbitrum in various areas. Also, of all the major coins, if you watch ATB last night, you'll know, because we talked about this, of all the major coins, Polygon is closest to its previous all-time high. More so than Ethereum, more so than Cardano, more so than XRP, more so than Bitcoin, more so than Doge, you name it, they are closer, leading to some speculation that they will be the first to hit previous all-time high. Do you agree with that statement?
I think so. You know, I mean,
so
I held Polygon all through the downtrend, and it really didn't bleed that much in comparison to all the other altcoins. And thank God I got out of like majority of my altcoins. The only ones I held on to were Polygon and XRP. And Polygon was the one that held up really well for me. It really didn't bleed too much, and it's already coming back pretty quickly. Now, the last question in my mind is, you know, holding this thing into the next bull run, which I plan to do, is does it have that 10x type ability? Because it's already kind of, I mean, it's a large market cap in comparison, but then institutional players moving in on Ethereum and needing high throughput, I mean, that might be a big thing for it. So it's a potential, but it'll be a lot of work to get there. So
yeah. And I mean, I'm tending to think it will be the first. Let us know in the chat what you think of like the top 10, 20 coins, not, you know, market cap rank 586 of the top 20 coins. What do you think will hit all-time high the soonest? If you see the new pizza shop by the office, we're located at Ackworth, Georgia. You know, we have the big YouTube studio. You can't miss us if you're in this area. I have not.
Let us know what that one is. I love pizza. I love
Yeah,
pizza.
yeah, I'm a pizza fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, pizza in the morning, pizza in the evening, pizza at supper time. If you have pizza, and this episode's brought to you by Pizza and La Croix.
Ooh.
Today's flavor is black raspberry, but not raspberry. It is raspberry for DZ. So this is a special DZ themed coin, and people don't say raspberry. Is the P silent? I don't know. All right, CNBC Daily Open. The Fed wants inflation at 2%. Is the P silent there? But the economy might be fine with higher inflation. Yeah, the economy might be fine with higher inflation, but the regular Joe is not going to be fine with higher inflation because all inflation is a wealth transfer of those with assets and those without. All right, HSBC, the largest European bank by assets, reported fourth quarter profit of $5.2 billion before taxes. That's just a casual jumping of a doubling year over year, beating the analyst estimates of 87% increase. The U.S. Fed and many other central banks in the world have been proclaiming their determination to bring inflation down to 2%, but it's an arbitrary target criticized by some economists. Yeah, it's what I like to call a suspiciously round number.
Yeah.
Who said 2% is the key there? You know what I watched last night? Me, Kat, she's got a friend in town. We watched Armageddon. Do you remember Armageddon?
Oh, yeah.
Close my eyes
Yes.
just to hear. Okay, I'm sorry everybody who's listening with headphones there. We watched that, and there's one thing that really frustrated me about that movie. Spoiler alert, they have to land on an asteroid and insert a nuclear device in the middle of the asteroid or it blows up Earth. They had to mine down 800 feet. And the whole time I'm watching the movie, I was like, that is a suspiciously round number. 792, it's a complete failure. Earth is dead. We're copying the dinosaurs. 800 though, ho, you're in the green. So yeah, anytime you see a suspiciously round number, you can question things. Okay. So you are a roughneck. Hopefully you don't relate to him because it's one of his coworkers. I'm not even gonna say it, Drew. That is a disgusting thought. But I see what you're saying. You're feeling protective, overly protective. I would say Drew is Pizza D's nuts. Okay, that was good, Kalen Lawson. Good one, Kalen. I fell for that. I fell for a hook, line, and sinker. Just walked right into it.
Yeah. We're at 1,100 likes, though, so we're almost there to pump in the markets again. Let's get it going.
I would say Drew's muted. You're muted.
Yeah, I was muted for a second.
You're muted. Yeah, he was saying how you're the bear. You're the Papa Bear of the office. I
Yeah,
would say.
Bruce Willis, man. I know where he's coming from when he's protecting this girl, and especially with the world going on the way it is right
And
now.
those who don't know, Drew, they keep. I think you're unmuted now, but yeah, he's Prepper Crypto. He's number one on my draft list for zombie apocalypse. If you need someone who's like, yeah, once we finally find land, and hey, I don't know how to, I could try to figure out how to hook up solar power and water distiller and find fresh water. He's like, he already knows how.
Yeah, I got a water spring, so
I'm like in the library with like a bow and arrow, like looking out for banshees, like trying to find some book from 1997 that says, please tell me how to hook up a, some sort of solar device. All right, let's move on here. Let's move on. All right. Looming U.S. default risk prompts investors to cut some debt exposure, just like DZ cuts all his hair away. The investors are starting to trim holdings of the debt to brace for a possible government default that they see as highly unlikely, but to potentially seismic for financial markets around the world. Not going to happen, but the asset management of Goldman Sachs arm is minimizing its exposure to treasuries that could be affected by the political standoff. The treasury bill yield curves indicates they're demanding higher returns to hold debt due in August, signaling it is perceived to be riskier than other maturities. We're going to have a showdown. There's going to be a governmental thing where it's like, we're going to run out of money on Thursday. Yeah. And then they're going to fight. And they tried to make it a big thing, like when it first kind of hit the scene. I don't remember. It was like 07, 09, maybe 12.
They literally raised the debt ceiling, and no matter who's in office, it's red or blue, it doesn't matter. They've raised it consistently. The only time frame where it's studied out was around 2001. So think about that time frame.
There's going to be outliers of people who do feel pain, government contractors, people who rely on the paycheck. And my next statement, I'm not trying to minimize that, but mostly for most of the 330 million Americans, it's just going to mean Oh, I didn't get mail for like 3 days.
Yeah.
You know, like that's about like all you'll see. And the stock market will be like kind of red. But then when they sign the paperwork, you know, the gains will probably offset every single thing that we lost. So it's like Goldman Sachs just making money off the retail.
Yeah.
Robinhood guys like, oh, I'm trading on alpha because Squawk Box said this. Yeah, there's a good chance they'll come to a conclusion on Thursday. Okay, Jacob's World. Yes, I've seen. Okay, that's a bad way of telling that joke, Jacob. What you say is, you know, who's your favorite skateboarder?
Oh, God. I mean, I want to say Shaun White just because he can do so many different things, but Tony Hawk's the GOAT.
Dude, you ever
know?
see his brother skate, Mike?
Yeah. They're really
Huge.
good.
Anyways,
Bam was
all right.
good. I like
Bitcoin
Bam.
price retraces from $25,000 ahead of U.S. FOMC minutes release. Is there a big fall coming? They continuously trying to reclaim that psychological level many times in the last few days. And it did hit 25,126 before it started retracing to lower levels. They witnessed a reversal right from the 200-week moving average, a strong resistance. If the price closes this week above it, that is a massive bullish rally that could start. Interestingly, the same level will fully eliminate bears and bulls will take over the trend with market sentiment highly bullish and China reportedly backing Hong Kong to become a crypto hub and several crypto exchanges planning to expand to Hong Kong, Bitcoin prices can likely rally higher. This makes me think, I saw a tweet, China bans Bitcoin at 60K.
Right.
China opens up
Yes.
Bitcoin at 20K.
I was going to mention the same thing, you know, and it was like, it seems like they're playing like 10D chess at that point. You know what I mean? They're holding the retail from getting in at those all-time highs and then open it back up to their market in Hong Kong, their financial hub, right as we're at the buy zone. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I would say Xi, probably a capable leader. You know, I'm not talking about the guy's ethics. You know, I wouldn't trust my wallet around the man. I probably would because he's technically maybe one of the richest people in mankind's history.
Yeah.
You know, you won't see that and it won't say that, but when you effectively control the whole country, you kind of just are. They seem capable as a country. They're countrymen.
Yeah.
They seem capable, and so. The fact that they're opening up at the lows, they're banning it at the highs, you know, maybe that's a bullish scenario. I read it as a bullish scenario. Maybe you don't have to read it as a bullish scenario, Drew, to use it a bullish scenario.
I mean, I see a massive amount of money in Southeast Asia and the mainland of Asia that's been held back. And I mean,
CryptoFace says without China's money, we don't get a new all-time high.
Yeah, and when it comes back violently. They've been held back from the asset for some time, and you have the media narrative that you can't get it, and it's just teenager syndrome. They're gonna get it. They're gonna get it when it's time. So
all right. Bitcoin dominance reaches critical level. So when altcoin season, they shouldn't have had the H there, right?
Yeah.
Like just go full degen.
Yeah.
The dominance measures the market cap of Bitcoin relative to the total market cap of crypto. If the dominance is rising, it means that the Bitcoin share is increasing. If it's falling, the importance of it is decreasing. We know what the dominance is. Since then, the dominance has respected resistance at the 48-49% range and support in the 38-39% range. Meanwhile, two other key levels have emerged in 22. Support at 41 and resistance at 44, both of those 0.5. The latter was recently reached on the back of the rapid appreciation since the beginning of 23. The daily chart confirms the readings from the weekly time frame. Since the beginning of February, dominance has been undergoing short-term correction, which led to the 43% level. Coincides with this fib retracement level, measuring for the upward movement initiated at the beginning of the year. So yeah, you can even apply TA to dominance, because here's the thing, other people are going to apply dominance to or TA to it. So it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy at the end of the day. If everybody says, you know, this happens at X, if enough people believe it, that will happen at X. It will be manifested by the market. And so you're going to see a lot of that. Same thing. I give the same value to spider lines. I think if CryptoFace never shared a spider line, they'd play out some. But the fact that more people trade them and more influencers talk about them and other people watch them and trade off of them, it creates more strength in a spider line. And so that's what I mean by self-fulfilling prophecies out there. All right, let's talk about a stablecoin outflow. Into Bitcoin is beginning to repeat a behavior change, shifting Bitcoin towards 25K. This measures the 30-day change in stablecoin buying power on exchanges. It considers 30-day change in the supplies on exchanges and subtracts the denominated 30-day change in Bitcoin flows. Let's see how this works in comparison to the price market. Yeah, kind of it's a leading indicator, right? So this boom hits, it's a nice little drop there. Well, here it's doing the exact opposite. Honestly, this is just whales playing whales games. I think when you have someone print $1 billion on at tethered treasury, they're going to be buying crypto more than likely, right? You're not going to introduce $1 billion into a very liquid ecosystem and not spend it. You're not just in today's world of I need gains right now. They don't have $1 billion just sitting after they print it. After they print it, it's going to be moving. Now, there's definitely whales, just billions, just kind of chilling. But when it's printed, when it's burned, that usually coincides with a major move. And a lot of people have those alerts on their phone. I've talked about this before. One of the main trading alerts you'll see on Twitter is tethered treasury. And so when people see that, oh my God, 1.2 billion tether was just burned, they'll just turbo open a short. Same thing if they see it created, they'll turbo open a long, and then that will create upward movement or downward movement there. It says you were muted yet again.
No, I don't think so. Oh,
Drew, are you calling them liars then?
Well,
I can't work like this.
Know. We're getting levels. Let me see here.
All right. Quant analyst Plan B reveals Bitcoin forecast, says Bitcoin may shatter the $1 million price tag. I think Bitcoin will hit 1 million. I don't think it's 10 years. Do you think Bitcoin hits 1 million within a decade?
Within a decade?
Yeah.
Bitcoin $1 million?
Yeah.
So 20, yeah, I wouldn't put it past it. That's possible. Yeah.
Impossible.
You
Not
think
gonna
so?
happen. Not gonna happen. Never happen.
Yeah.
No, it'll happen maybe like 2025. But 10 years just seems a little bit tough. That would, I mean, even with the third bull run, that's it just seems a little bit crazy. Let's just say
Was he
Bitcoin.
saying 10 years from now?
Yeah.
I would still say it's possible.
Even if Bitcoin held its, let's just say it tripled, 20 to 69. Let's just round down a little bit. It tripled. Say it tripled again. That would put it at like 207,000. Let's say it tripled again. That would put it at 600,000. And then it'd have to triple again. And that'd be at 1.8 million. I just seems a little bit tough to happen there. But let's talk about this ratio. All right. Plan B. What are you talking about here? You're saying $1 million. I'm saying it's not going to happen. He is saying this is by the stock to flow ratio. Stock to flow ratio is calculated by dividing the amount of Bitcoin in circulation by the amount of Bitcoin mined per year. He has maintained 2 stock to flow models with slightly different variations. It says both models have remained intact. When is this guy going to give it up? He says both the stock to flow models show the next top will likely be in the 100 to God. Oh, it's in the range. Oh, what's the bottom side of the million range? $100,000. Okay, call me crazy. That's a little bit of a stretch there, Plan B.
Well, yeah.
You're kind of, you're being a little bit loose there.
And it's not going to be based off to just stock to flow. Like you're going to have energy companies like gobble it up. You're going to have institutional requirements for mining if it were to happen. It's not going to just happen because there's a graph that says so. So.
Yeah. I mean, I did say on the basement, we were talking about Plan B kind of led up to that, a lot of people thinking we were going to go higher in November of 21,
right? Because
his prediction played out. I think it was August, September, and October. And in August, all right, you guys got to remember, in June, July, we were 28,000. It was very, very scary. Was it over? Was that the top? And then when you saw in June, you saw in July this crazy lofty target by this guy Plan B. Even September looked a little crazy. Like that's just moon math. 60,000 at the end of October, 55,000. I don't remember what it was exactly. There's no way. But then when it happened, we all, not all, but a lot of people bought into it. And you're like, you know what? We are going to 250,000. We are going to 100,000. Of course, we end up seeing what happened first week in November, end of October, and then boom, it was just, down only for the next 12 months, essentially. Right. Favorite person. Thank you very much. Kaylin. Oh, you're the person who tricked me. Is this the joking segment of your show?
Yes.
No, that's when I take my hat off, but thank you. The best thing is for it to go to 3K. People are still saying 3K. All right, let's talk about Tom Crown here. Litecoin network gets its first NFTs after developer forks the Bitcoin ordinals. Copy of the white paper of Litecoin's Mimblewimble upgrade was put on the blockchain. They're forking Bitcoin ordinals to give older proof of networks their first set of non-fungible tokens. Over the weekends, this developer forked the code behind Bitcoin ordinals to Litecoin, placing a copy of the latter's upgrade white paper to the Litecoin network, making it the first NFT on Litecoin here. What did it look like? Okay, so it was the light. Okay, that's a nerd thing. So it should have been a Pepe, if you ask me. The effort likely stemmed from a bounty of 15 Litecoin tokens by one crypto Twitter to any developer who could fork ordinals to the Lite blockchain. Was it Tom Hub that did that? Or Tom? No, it wasn't Tom. We love Tom. We love Tom Crown. He isn't Mr. Litecoin. We just joke that he is because we love Tom so much. Tom, looking forward to it. I heard you might be on the cruise, man. That'd be really cool. You can teach me how to rock sunglasses like you.
That's
All
right.
right. Meanwhile, Bitcoin ordinals are proven to be fairly successful despite initially creating drama among purist developers in the community. Dune Analytics shows that over 150,000 inscriptions have been created in just over 3 weeks after launch, with more than 5,000 created daily on average. So the inscriptions are blowing up. We just hit 150K. Now it's on Litecoin. I mean, I don't know. I haven't been really participating in that ecosystem. I know Johnny is. I just don't want to be a lick. I don't want to be a mark for somebody. And so I'm just kind of staying away because I don't run a Bitcoin node. I don't know how to run a Bitcoin node. If I ran a Litecoin node, I would feel comfortable interacting with Litecoin NFTs. If I ran a Bitcoin node, I'd feel comfortable. Since I don't, I won't. I'm going to stay away.
Yeah.
Missing out on life-changing wealth yet again. Welcome to crypto. All right, the first major swap, Ordinal Punk traded for a Crypto Punk with over $100,000 floor price. Seems to be the first major swap. The buzz around Ordinals continues, and someone traded what seems to be the first here, Ordinal Punk 16 for Crypto Punk 4155. This is the punk in question. On the other hand, this Ordinal Punk that was above was swapped for. Yeah, this one's roughly above 100K. It has the gold earrings, slightly coveted. It's the hat. It's actually one. I don't have an earring, but if I did, that's close to a DZ. Put it back.
Let's see. Can you see that?
Yeah, go again. Try again. One more time. One more. Now rapid. Rapid.
I could see that.
It's the same picture, y'all. It's the same picture. All right. Yeah. It's a pretty cool one there. All right. NFTs will act as high-end property during boom cycles. Real Vision CEO. Yeah, they kind of do already. He believes NFTs will act similar to high-end property in the traditional economy, outperforming Ether during crypto market boom cycles. He said, just as high-end property often outperforms the market when economy recovers, the same is likely to occur with certain NFTs during crypto boom cycles. He highlighted punks and Bored Ape Yacht Club have become status symbols in the community, much like owning a luxury house, car, or item from a famous brand that offers access to exclusive clubs. What he dubbed a mini network state. That's Balaji's term that is getting more and more popular. Love seeing it. He stated that since he got into NFTs, he's allocated roughly 10% of his ETH into premium NFTs such as CryptoPunks and Bored Ape Yacht Club. So just a guy trying to pump his own bags. But I do believe there's validity to that, but it's not because what he's saying, essentially scarce desirable assets do outperform in markets because people with a lot of money are outbidding each other, and it's keeping up with the Joneses. Did you see Mechmine Shave, the highest ETH NFT sale? No, I haven't. Is that beating Beeple's 69 million? Maybe worth checking out.
No.
Could just be Mechmine's Have, not Mechmine Shave. That's Dollar Shave Club's NFT drop. It could just be advertising. Could be some wash trading. I don't know. Maybe it's not. That's just my initial gut reaction because it doesn't seem to pass the sniff test. But who knows? Who knows? 69 million's very expensive. That was Beeple's previous sell. 70 million for NFT seems a little crazy. It's a lot of money. All right. Blur overtakes OpenSea as Ethereum NFT trading skyrockets. Also 70 million. I Googled this yesterday. Scrub Daddy. Is your chick on Scrub Daddies? Sponge Daddy, Scrub Daddy, whatever the heck they're called.
No.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
All right, the ladies in the chat definitely know what I'm talking about. Let me know if you know what I'm talking about. It's the sponge that is sweeping the nation. I guess he was on Shark Tank. We were talking about it yesterday, and I was like, you know what? I bet he's pretty rich from it. His company, Just Sponges, worth $250,000. Estimated net worth, 70 million. So speaking of 70 million there. All right, Blur overtakes OpenSea as ETH NFT trading skyrockets. Over $500 million worth of ETH trades took place over the last week as Blur's reward model catapults it over OpenSea. This is 2 straight months of sales growth. NFT trading rapidly accelerated over the past week as the volume more than doubled during that span. It's due to an evolving market in which upstart marketplace Blur has overtaken OpenSea with traders rapidly flipping NFTs like their DeFi tokens. It is not due to that. That is a lie. That is wrong. Hold on. Who is this? Who is this? Andrew, you're wrong. Andrew, you're wrong. Sorry, I got a little heated there.
Yeah.
No, it's not that. Blur created an airdrop. Anytime NFT degens get free money in their wallets, they go and they pump up the markets. That's all it was. So a bunch of people got a bunch of Blur tokens. Hey, free money. I'm going to go shopping. I'm going to go buy that blue chip I've been eyeing. I'm going to go buy that NFT I've been eyeing. And Blur's incentive model to get paid has been increasing sales as well. Could be short-lived. My advice is season 2 rewards are going to be greatly watered down. Okay, you're not going to make the same amount of money as you did season 1. If you're trading, you can trade, I think, 20 times as much and you won't make as much money. Okay, so do the math. I really think the ratio is going to be that bad. So for every trade, if you got $1 season 1, this season you're getting 5 cents. So just be careful out there. You know, trying to, oh, it's okay if I lose $20 in ETH here. It's okay if I lose $100 in ETH here because I'm going to get all this Blur. Might not be that simple. So just be careful out there. All right, keeping on here. Crypto Slam points 155% week over week increase in the trading volume. However, the surge, Blur doesn't appear to be primarily driven by traders simply selling off Blur tokens and buying and holding high value NFTs. Instead, whale traders with significant holdings appear to be flipping NFTs with even greater frequency than before in an effort to boost potential token reward allocations. Yeah, that's it right there. It's in an effort to boost potential future reward allocations. But if you want a marketplace that's, you know, not at the award shows, not up in your music videos, I highly recommend you check out Vumeo. We have a 2 p.m. spaces and go to vumeo.io and you can sign up for the beta. You want to hurry up because we are going to be closing that at some point. And we're going to be launching Cardano, I was about to say Bitcoin, Cardano, Ethereum, Polygon, possibly Binance Smart Chain, also working on Polygon, also working on your favorite L1. So don't worry, we're going to have it as well. All right, moving on here. Let's see. Crypto protocol, Fetch AI. Where are my AI people at? Hit that like button if you are in an AI coin and didn't take profit like me. I was in one. Pixia doubled. Zero. I took zero profits. Zero profits. I think it retraced totally. And so if you want to get in, I think it's like 5. I shouldn't even be saying it.
Pixia. I just listened to that. I might check it out now.
Probably nothing. Probably going down. Fetch AI partners with Bosch to develop Web3 and AI tech. Have a 3-tier governance structure and be inspired by Linux Foundation's decentralized innovative model. Electronics giants Bosch and Fetch AI teaming up to create the new foundation. It is called the Fetch AI Foundation, and it'll help track Web3 adoption in the industry and encourage other industry players to join us in the journey. More industry applications will also bring new business opportunities for the existing tech entrepreneurs in the Fetch ecosystem. The token jumped nearly 12% in the past 24 hours, did not immediately respond to requests for additional comments. So Fetch AI on the way up. Now, there's hundreds of fake chat GPT tokens. None of them are going to be real. They're all going to be fake. This is a for-profit company. They sold to Microsoft, and you're not going to see a real chat GPT token, period. Yeah. It's not going to happen. If you see it, it's fake. If it says it's a team member, it's fake. No, this is the real one. It's fake. It's all going to be fake. Some of them probably going to 10x before they nuke 99.9%. So, you know, don't get mad at me if I missed out, you know, your life-changing wealth there. But yeah, none of them are going to be real for sure. 100%. I stake everything on that. If you see a chat GPT token, not real. So just be careful out there.
Yeah. I like Fetch, and Bosch is a company I know about before getting into crypto. That's one of the biggest companies on the planet when it comes to electronics. So that's a pretty interesting partnership.
Speakers?
They
do
make
everything.
They make a lot of
like Honeywell.
components.
Are they like a Honeywell?
They're up there, man. So they're no small little company at all. So I found that story real interesting. I'm looking for Fetch now. So
don't FOMO into Fetch or any AI coins now. All are still way overvalued.
Yep.
That one. Another one I bought.
There'll be a pullback, I feel like, and that's kind of why I have my eye on it now to wait for that pullback.
Did Conflux have another rally? Yeah. Oh no, it didn't. No, it didn't. It just had a rally. We were just talking about it on ATB.
Yeah, we covered it last night. Let's check it out.
No, that was like it's written in. It's the Chinese. Okay, it's only 4%. All right, 7-day. Yeah, that hurts. That hurts a little bit. That hurts. It stings the nostrils. It stings the nostrils, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so yeah, they're doing all right. They have a market cap of 600 million, so it is a little bit high. This is the Chinese crypto that's rising in power, blasting off with what was a huge rally. Now is retraced a little bit. Hong Kong expected to make the buying, selling, trading of crypto legal for all its citizens. This sparked a rally in the China narrative, has gained momentum over the past few days. Conflux network has outperformed the market, leading to a huge jump. And this is the China-backed blockchain project. It's the only public and regulatory compliant blockchain in China. Utilizes a technique that combines proof of work, proof of stake, and connection to the CCP. It is such a good trifecta of utility there. And yeah, huge pumps. That's one I'm going to watch. You know, obviously we don't stand for what's happening to the Uyghurs, you know, the CCP's control. But if I could turn that into profits that changed my life, I might do it. You know, I mean, we trade with that country, so I don't want to get on a high horse and say I'm not going to get that decentralized coin.
Right.
You know, you hate me for it, but
so if you buy anything from Walmart, it's, you know.
Yeah, you shop at Walmart. Okay, get off the high horse. You know, get out of your ivory tower is what I say. All right, speaking of ivory tower, the Winklevi. They are predicting the next crypto bull run will be driven by Asia. We just said that. The crypto pioneer says the work thesis is the next bull run going to start in the East. Will be a humbling reminder that it's a global asset class and that the West, really the U.S., only ever had two options: embrace it or be left behind. It can't be stopped. That we know. While Uncle Sam's regulators are working hard as they can to crush the industry, the outlook in Asia far more encouraging. Martin Young coming in with some opinions here. The large Asian banks such as DBS have already started the process of applying for licenses to offer crypto services to clients in Hong Kong. So big money there. And if you know anything about how China's billionaire system works, Hong Kong is kind of like a haven for a lot of these people.
Yeah.
So maybe some of that CCP money flows into, you know, Hong Kong, which their relationship with China is just ever increasingly just merging into one. But yeah, that's bullish. That is a very bullish. That's one of the most bullish things I've seen all day.
Yeah.
Now it's time to talk Ripple.
Ooh.
Where are we at on likes, by the way?
1530. So
Okay.
We're not going to pump that. We might
15
retrace.
feels good. I wonder what 1600 feels like. Probably better. You know, probably pumps Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Probably pumps your bag.
We might be able to hold this level. If
I know if I hadn't hit that like button, I'd hit it. That's just me. Why? Because I want Bitcoin to go up a penny.
Yeah.
All right. Does BitBoy have a? No. He's a founder. So he's he helped found it and is advising it. But I'll be join the 2 p.m. Spaces. You learn more about it. All right. Ripple versus SEC. This lawyer has no doubt Ripple will win over the SEC, and here is why. This is John Deaton. He says the Ripple summary brief is a good one. According to Stewart, and Stewart is, let's see here, this is Ripple's chief legal officer.
Yep.
All right, Ripple's chief legal officer. According to Stewart, the SEC has lost a total of 4 of the 5 cases that made it to the Supreme Court. Drawing on those statistics, he said there's no doubt Ripple will also beat the regulator and that the current makeup of the Supreme Court will help shut down what he termed gross overreach. Yeah, so I like that. It is a little more conservative now. The 4 out of 5, that is a pretty good record, and he seems pretty confident. So I'm feeling like I need to increase my XRP bag on KuCoin. I might need to do that. Let me know if you hold a little. People think I hate it because I'm saying it won't go to $589.
I get the same stuff. I hold it too, and I'm not expecting 500, but I think it's going to be a super aggressive, very violent upswing in the next bull run. I think we're going to get clarity. The lawsuit's going to end, and it's going to rip. It's got a great community. They're about it. They do a lot of research. So
Wick says it's hidden, but lick that like button. Hey, do whatever you got to do to get that key to press on that board where it hits little contact and the ones and zeros,
That's
go
right.
down the pipes. The next thing you know, Bitcoin's up.
Yeah.
It's because of you. So please do it, man. Dang it. It's not that hard.
Come on.
You're pissing me off. No, I'm just kidding. We love you. We love you. We love you. All right, XRP based wallet Zoom. I've had many calls with like XRP developers and I've gotten multiple answers. I don't know. The Zoom wallet partners with this company to enhance retail payments. Zoom is like, it's close to wanting to be their MetaMask, less centralized. Zoom and FryPay launched a new point of sale payment solution in the European country here. Where is this country? Netherlands. In the Netherlands. The solution will allow companies to push payment, digital coupons, and validate transactions with the XRP-based Zoom wallet. Payment solution supports the wallet, the XRP-L, and traditional payment rails, Visa and MasterCard. Huge, catching up to Ethereum here. Merchants can offer customer access to new payment options while retaining traditional choices. Weistwind, I don't know if that's a person's name or a cyborg that's going to destroy us all. Weistwind at the company that created Zoom XRP Labs stated that the payment solution will allow customers to pay for their product with anything, including used toenails. When using crypto for payment, the solution will convert the amount into euros, US dollars, or British pound. He added, it's much more than XRP on Zoom. He has other coins as well. For the assets with sufficient liquidity, the XRPL allows me to send one of those coins and deliver it as whatever the store asks for. So big stuff there. What do we have for quick hits? We have a little Aptos, Avalanche. Nothing really crazy there. Brit who consulted. Oh, wait, we have that guy that got the charges. Brit who consulted North Korea.
Ooh.
Reportedly detained in Moscow. He is now hanging out with Snowden. He was released by Saudi authorities due to lack of evidence against him. This is the guy. He basically traveled to North Korea and like taught them how to use Tornado Cash.
Yeah.
He got in a lot of trouble for it. They don't like that. So yeah, he's in a little bit of trouble for that one. Aptos pushes Polkadot off the development ranks. So it looks like Aptos moving up. Polkadot fell one spot. Avalanche set to onboard 50 million more users owing to a gaming partnership. But I mean, 50 million sounds like a lot. This is a large esports streaming platform in India. Okay, so India, I can see that because that's 50 million is representative of roughly 4% of their population. So 1 out of 25 people in India do it. That's pretty good. All right, DZ, do you know a good ICP wallet? I don't. Maybe Fago's a brand. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Check it out. Anybody know a ICP wallet?
I think they're doing an integration with Ledger. That's what I've been looking into. So that's what I'm.
Okay. All right. Don't they fall off balconies and rush? Sometimes there's like something sticking out of their back too. It's crazy how that happens. Or, you just go in an embassy and you come out in a bag. Hey, on that note, we're going to end it. Hey, now it's leaving before he gets canceled.